What if Harry Potter's first real magic was not a spell? What if it was something quieter and way more revealing? Hey friends, welcome back to Wizarding Lab. This is our second episode, and we are continuing our chapter-by-chapter read-along of Harry Potter with our little book club. If you missed episode 1, here's the simple idea. We read the series together, chapter by chapter, and as we go, I share a clean recap. Then we slow down and look at character dynamics, hidden layers, and the small details most people miss on a first read. And if you have never read the books, or you read them years ago and want a true reread, this is a perfect moment to join. Before we jump into chapter 2, I want to touch one quick piece of context. Book 1 has two famous titles, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Why the two names? Rowling's first book was published in the UK in June 1997 by Bloomsbury with the title Philosopher's Stone. And the first print run was tiny, incredibly tiny, around 500 copies. It's hard to imagine now, but at the start, nobody knew this series would become what it became. Then the reviews grabbed attention, the audience grew fast, and the printing exploded. About a year later, in September 1998, the book came to the US through Scholastic. But there was a concern. The phrase Philosopher's Stone might sound too academic to kids. So they asked Rowling to change the title for the US market to Sorcerer's Stone. Rowling was not happy about that at first, but the US release took off quickly. And then the book spread across languages and countries and became a global phenomenon. Okay, now we enter chapter 2. Chapter 2 takes us 10 years forward. We are now in June 1991, around Dudley Dursley's birthday. Dudley is Harry's cousin, and we learn something that is both simple and brutal. Harry's life has been hard for 10 straight years. He has no one who loves him in that house. Not Aunt Petunia, not Uncle Vernon. And Dudley, raised inside that same culture, does not become a kind friend. He becomes a bully. But here's something important. Harry doesn't turn into a defeated, broken kid. We see resistance. He pushes back. He talks back. He doesn't just stay in the corner of the ring and accept every hit. Then we get one of the most iconic images in early Harry Potter. Harry sleeps in the cupboard under the stairs, a place described with spiders. And Rowling creates a sharp contrast. The Dursley house is obsessively neat, clean, controlled, normal. But Harry's space is the opposite, dark, cramped, and crawling. And yes, a little theory can slip in here. Spiders don't stay just background forever in this world. So you could ask, are they drawn to Harry because something magical is already in him? We don't know. It's just a thought. Then Dudley's birthday plan is the zoo. The Dursleys don't want to leave Harry alone at home. And we hear about Mrs. Fig, who will matter much later. But today, Harry has to come with them. And this is where Chapter 2 earns its title. At the zoo, Harry stands in front of a large Brazilian boa constrictor. He starts talking, like he's speaking to someone who understands him. Then something happens. The glass between Harry and the snake vanishes. Not cracks, not breaks, it's just gone. And suddenly the snake is free, and Dudley ends up on the wrong side of a bad moment. This is our first clear display of Harry's magic. No training, no wand, no spell words, and yet the power is there. Later in Book 2, we learn something else. Harry speaking to the snake is real. Parseltongue, a rare ability. We won't spoil that arc here. We let the books reveal it at the right time. Now, a theory some fans bring up involves Mrs. Fig. Her leg is broken, and later we learn she's tied to Harry's protection. So people ask why she's not healed here, and why Harry goes to the zoo at all. My guess is she may have started as a practical plot tool, but others argue this could have been part of Dumbledore's larger plan. Another small detail, Harry's hair is always messy, and it sits right beside the Dursleys' obsessive order: magic versus anti-magic, wildness versus forced normalcy. Then there's a darker theory some readers mention. It connects to Horcruxes. Spoiler alert, yes, we don't explain it here, but some ask whether that could affect how people feel around Harry even before Hogwarts. Again, not a final claim, just an idea to discuss. Another common fan mistake, some imagine the Brazilian boa might be Nagini, but the snake in this chapter is described as a zoo snake with its own context. And finally, a small detail people like to point out, a reference to Dudley receiving a PlayStation even though the year is 1991. So that's Chapter 2, a normal day, a birthday trip, a boy in a cupboard, and one quiet moment at the zoo that cracks the surface of the normal world. Now I want to hear from you. What stands out most in this chapter for you? The cupboard under the stairs? The vanishing glass? Or the feeling that Harry has been magical long before anyone told him the truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all, and I'll happily bring your ideas into the next episodes as we keep moving forward together. Good night, and I'll see you in Chapter 3.